I'm so over that shit. I'm so over being made to feel like I'm crazy for having an emotional response to something, because I know how to regulate my emotions and I know how to feel things. And because of that, I'm the crazy one. Because of that, I'm the one that needs to grow up, or I'm the one that's in the wrong. No, you are. And it's not the person, it's the principle. Like, I am over you, but I'm not over what you did to me. How are you giving somebody the world when you still owe it to me? Like, you promised me the world and you're out here giving it to somebody else when you still owe it to me. Hi guys, I'm back home. Obviously, hello. I don't know if I should leave it like this or no, I'm just wearing me a sports bra. Maybe one of those videos where, like, I don't really know. I have a lot I want to talk about, a lot I want to get off my chest, and I don't know. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on. I'm the type of person where I often struggle with feeling lonely because I don't let out what I have to let out. And I kind of tend to, like, hold things in because I just have a really hard time feeling understood. I wish I had, like, another me in my life, right? And that's not to say, like, listen, like, I have friends and I love my friends. I have family and I love my family. But, like, when I go to someone for advice, I just feel like I don't get the type of response that I would give if, per se, one of them was coming to me for advice, or one of them was, like, asking me something, and the type of response I would give versus what I get are just, like, two kind of different things. And that's okay, because, like, not everybody is me, and that's something that I'm realizing, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I feel like in friendship we all have different things in which we excel in, and then things in which others excel in, and then the human connection experiences, you come together and it's like, what I lack you have, and what you lack I have, and that's how we create this, like, coexisting either relationship or platonic friendship or whatever. And I'm realizing that, like, that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But, like, sometimes I just wish I had another me, like, sitting right here, and I could, like, ask her, like, what to do, or, like, vent to her and get that, like, advice back, right? So lonely sometimes when it's like I just feel like I don't have anyone to talk to, and I feel like that's why, like, sometimes it's easier for me just to, like, come on here, speak my thoughts out loud to you guys. And I don't know, I just hope this video helps somebody in some way. But I just really feel like sometimes, like, being a good fucking person just, like, doesn't get you anywhere. And I feel like I've been a good person my whole life. Like, trust me, I made mistakes. As you guys see, I have a whole digital diary of freaking story times on here of me making mistakes, and you guys being able to witness that and see how I've grown and I've changed and I've learned from those. And the lessons within those mistakes I don't regret, and I would never take back, because then I wouldn't have the knowledge I have today. But I feel like other than that, I've been, like, a pretty good person my whole life. And I feel like, not that, like, I'm sitting here, like, waiting for good karma, but sometimes I sit and just wonder if it's even, like, benefited me in a way. This is just me, like, thinking out loud, by the way. These are, like, my intrusive thoughts. Like, I'm not asking for advice, I'm not asking for sympathy, I'm not asking for pity. Like, I'm literally just sitting here, like, explaining my thoughts that go on inside my head. But I just feel like I've put up, since I was, like, a kid, I've just always put up with such, like, mistreatment from other people, and it just, like, really fucking sucks. Whether it's relationships or whether it's, like, friendships, it's like, I feel like, you know, the pain and things that have been done to me that I've experienced, I have not deserved. Like, I did not deserve that shit at all. And I just feel like sometimes I sit here and it's like, it's not the person that I'm not over, it's the principle. It's the principle of the psychology behind why and how could you possibly do that to somebody that literally did nothing but give you 100% honesty, was genuine, and was all about you. Like, how do you do that to somebody? And I feel like it's become such a, like, normalized thing, especially in society, where if you have an emotional reaction to something, you're crazy. Or if you have an emotional reaction to something, you need to learn how to detach or become cold-hearted. But when these other people are out here and they're being cold-hearted, they're being rude, or they're being dishonest, or they're cheaters or whatever, nobody wants to change that. Why are there so many courses from these self-love gurus that talk about detaching and how to not, you know, express your emotions and things like that, but there's nothing on like showing people like, yo, like, you have an issue if you cannot sit here and tell someone that you love them. You have an issue if you cannot sit here and treat somebody with kindness because you have the unwillingness to unpack your shit from your childhood. Like, that is a fucking problem. And people don't want to talk about that. Like, I should not have to sit here and hold back my feelings and my love that I have for somebody because it's gonna be too much. It's gonna scare them off. Like, no, like, go get a fucking therapist. Go get a therapist. Go get a nice coffee and get over it, because I don't care anymore. Like, I'm so over that shit. I'm so over being made to feel like I'm crazy for having an emotional response to something, because I know how to regulate my emotions and I know how to feel things. And because of that, I'm the crazy one. Because of that, I'm the one that needs to grow up, or I'm the one that's in the wrong. No, you are. I'm having a normal emotional response to something that you did to me that upset me, that I didn't deserve. So if that's crazy, then call me fucking Harley Quinn, because I'm batshit. Like, literally, like, I'm spiraling apparently. It just gets me annoyed. It's like the other day I was literally saying, I was like put in this really uncomfortable situation. I did very well, but when I went home, I was sad, and I was saying to myself, like, damn, I really just wish, and this, you guys, this was my whole life where I said, I really just wish I could be one of those girls that didn't care. I really wish I could just be one of those girls who didn't have feelings, who didn't have to show a man how much she cares about him. I wish I was just one of those cold-hearted girls that didn't care. That is what I said to myself my whole entire life, until I woke up one day and realized, no, that's bullshit. You are normal. You are normal for having an emotional response. You're normal for if a guy hurts you or somebody hurts you, crying or being upset or having a couple days where you're down bad. Like, that is normal. You're letting your emotions out. You're releasing them. But because we live in this world where having an emotional response or having emotions is looked at as weak, what's easier apparently is to be a coward and not express yourself, or not express those emotions, or not know what to do with those emotions, so you just fucking sit in them. Like, no, like, that's not normal. That's not fucking normal, and it pisses me off to no end. Truly and wholeheartedly, it gets me so aggravated. It gets me so aggravated, and I just don't freaking understand it. I'll never understand it. And like, I just lately have been really fixating, because like I said, it's not the person I'm not over, it's the fucking principle. And this is not just one person. This is like, I've healed from a lot of the things that others have done to me, you know, friendship, relationship, coworker, whatever. Like, I've healed from a lot of that, but there's like a few things that I'm still fixated on, and it's not the person, it's the principle. Like, I am over you, but I'm not over what you did to me. And I could sit here and I can be not over that for as long as I want to. If it takes months, days, years, that is up to me. And that is up to my grief, and that is up to my timeline, that is up to my healing. It is not up to you. And if you have an opinion about me sitting here and being hurt over what you did to me, instead of looking at what you did and being like, wow, I shouldn't have done that, or wow, maybe I should say sorry, then you're the one that has the problem, not me. Like, I'm allowed to sit here and be hurt. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Because last time I checked, you didn't pay my bills. I do whatever I want. Thank you. There was a quote I read the other day, and it was like, I take things personal because I would have never done that to you. You know, I feel like sometimes I'm just so fucking misunderstood, and that's why I don't talk to people about my stuff. Like, contrary to popular belief, like, I share my life on here, but there's like a whole other 80% of my life that I don't share at all, and like the thoughts that I have in my head and the things that go on. And the reason why I don't is because like, I just feel misunderstood, and there was only really one person in my life that actually understood me, like genuinely understood me. And whenever I had an issue, I felt so safe and comfortable talking to this person, and I felt so okay to like let my walls down, because I have a history of letting my walls down and telling people like things in confidence, and then them telling other people the things that I told them, like personal things, like traumatic things that have happened, or like whatever. And it's not very easy for me to like talk about stuff. Like, my best friend Tori, literally, like one time I was crying to her, and she was like, I just realized I've never seen you cry before. And like, I have such like a toxic thing of not crying. Aubrey had like an incident last week where she fell off of her horse during horse lessons, and it was like really bad and it was really scary, and I wanted to cry so bad, and I felt myself start to cry, and then like I just went like, and I sucked it back in, and I told myself like, nope, we can't, we have to be strong, because if you're not strong, she's not going to be strong. And you know, there's a lot of like things in my life that happen where I've been put in those predicaments because, you know, like I am a single mom, and so I naturally have to be a lot stronger because I don't want her to see me like weak, or I don't want her to be upset because I'm upset type of thing. And that's something that I'm working through at this moment, and that I don't think I'll ever 100% be able to dismantle that, but I think eventually I'll be able to like maybe 80%, and that's not the goal anyway. Like I'll always be healing. I'll never be a finished product. Never will you or anyone. That's not the goal of being here. It's just to learn and do your best as a human and show up every day, right? But for me, I just feel like there's a lot of times where like I don't cry unless I see something that makes me sad. Like if I watch like The Summer I Turned Pretty, like the end scene where in the first season where they find out about Susanna's cancer, I'll cry like a fucking baby watching that shit. But like right now talking about something, I can probably cry. But like if I need to cry, like, there's days where I know I just have like so much like built up emotion, and I'm like, wow, if I cried I probably would feel better, and I try to, and I just like can't. I am a very emotional person, don't get me wrong, but I know how to turn it off and then, you know, turn it on. But yeah, like this one person, I feel like I let my walls down, and I told them things, and they told me things, and like this person knows me better than anybody on this planet. I know them better than anybody on this planet, and our connection, he was my best friend. He was my best friend, and we ended up falling for each other and trying to be together, and it just didn't work out. He had a lot of, you know, emotional stuff that he just wasn't willing to work on just yet, and we both weren't ready, and that was fine. But then we went back to being, you know, best friends, and everything was great, and I just found out that he just lied to me. Like our whole entire friendship just lied to me. Even when we were like dating, just lied to me about everything. Like everything he told me was a lie. It was fake. It wasn't genuine. And it hurt me because like after I found out all the lies and all of the deception and all of the just horrible things that he had done behind my back and lied to me about, I just sat there and I'm like, yo, like that hurts, because he didn't deserve to get to know me like that. Like he knows more about me than anybody, but he didn't deserve to know those intimate things about me. I decided after all these lies to just cut him off. You know, life sucked because like things would happen to me, and he would want to be the number one person that I would want to go to and talk about these things with, and I couldn't because I can't have somebody like that in my life. And it just hurt so bad because I almost wanted to like, I would never do this because like my sending paragraphs days are over, but like I wanted to just text him and be like, I fucking hate you. Like I hate you. I hate you for coming into my life. I hate you for making me break these walls down. I hate you for letting me open up to you. I hate you for making me fucking fall in love with you. And then I hate you for destroying and throwing all of that away because you were not ready to grow up yet. And you chose somebody else because they were comfortable rather than choosing somebody that you actually love because you're scared of losing them. And those are words from him, not me, because it does happen a lot of times with guys. I just had this conversation with my friend yesterday on FaceTime where we were saying that a lot of men, they'll choose the girl that they're comfortable with rather than the one that they're actually in love with, because with comfort there's no growth, right? If you have a girl that's kind of just sitting there letting you do whatever you want and not ever making you question your decisions when you're in the wrong, or redirecting that to be like, hey, like how can we learn from this, you're not going to grow as a man or as an individual. But when you have a woman who's going to like not force you to grow but encourage you to grow, you know, call you out, hold you accountable, things like that, that's tough, because you have to then go to war with that man in the mirror and look at them in the face and be like, we have to fix this or else we're going to lose her. And also when a man actually goes for a woman that he really does love and doesn't play it safe with, there's a chance of losing her and then him being hurt and brokenhearted. So a lot of times a man will go with the comfortable or more safe choice, or like the other person, for that reason. And this is exactly what happened with me and this guy, and he literally told me that, like straight up, like for sure. But above all, we were best friends. And the fact that he could lie to me even while we were like friends and deceive me and basically just be somebody that he's not, it's like, it's fucking heartbreaking. And there was this quote, hold on, I'm gonna find it in my phone because my phone is over here right now, that I read this morning. I'm a big quote person, if you haven't freaking realized. It literally reminded me of him, and it said, I'm in love with the man you showed me in the beginning, and I'm thankful for the memories we made. But I was forced to learn that in relationships, it's not about how they start. It's about what they continuously show, and I refuse to let the person you once were be the reason I let myself keep getting hurt by the person you have become. And that shit is like crazy, because after all this happened, I found out all of like the lies that he told me and like everything that he just was doing behind my back and not being honest about, and how I still have yet to really like receive like a genuine, like, he did say sorry, but it wasn't like a sorry where it was like, yo, like if I had done something like that, I'd have been like, I am so freaking sorry. Is there any way that I could prove to you anything? Like, is there any way that I can just like, you know, like fight for you to get our friendship back? Like, there was none of that. It was just like, you know, sorry I hurt you. Like, that was it. And it's like, it wasn't like a genuine apology. It was like, you're sorry because you got caught. You're not sorry because of what you did, because you're still doing it. And I just realized, like, I look back at like the 3 years that I freaking spent with him and knew him, and I'm like, I don't know you. I don't know you. Like, when you build that type of bond with somebody where it's like it's your best friend, but like the person that you're also like in love with as well, it's a whole different type of bond, because you get to know them as a friend, but you get to know them as like a lover too, and you get to know like all of these like layers within them, and you see their shadow side, and you still want to be with them, and you still accept them, and you see the great parts of them. And now I look back and it's like, I don't even fucking know you. If somebody were to ask me now 2 things about, I don't even know, because I don't know who you are. I don't think any of that was like true or genuine. And it's like, I just hate them, because it's like, I let my guard down and I had this person in my life who I thought was amazing and was my best friend, and then just to find out that all of it was fake, and like, I trusted you and I told you things that I have never told anybody else, like, it hurts. And then now when things happen and I want to go talk to you, I can't, because I can't have you around. I love myself more than keeping somebody in my life who I do love, but I don't know, because of the things that you've done to me. It's just not fair. And it's like, I just don't get how you could do that to somebody. Like, for me, I never try to like intentionally hurt somebody or intentionally be disingenuous with them. Like, if I've hurt somebody, it's been by accident. If I hurt somebody, it's been because I was just not grown enough to know what the right choice was to make. But I've never purposely sat there like knowing that I'm hurting somebody, but then going to sleep with a fucking smile on my face. And I think it's just, it's sick and it's disgusting and it's gross. And I was looking back at comments from my old story times the other day, some of like the heavy ones, and there were so many people on there. I won't say so many, because 80% of you were like amazing and you get it, right? It's like the girls who get it, and you guys are like the audience that I'm obsessed with and I love so much, and like the ones that I want around. But then there's other people who are commenting and they're like, ladies, don't ever let a man embarrass you like this, or like, ladies, learn how to have self-worth and this won't happen to you, or like, wow, Dakota, like, you have so much work to do on yourself, you're delusional. And I'm like, because I loved somebody and I gave them a chance to love me back, and they told me that they loved me, and they told me that I was their number one, and then they went and did some grimy shit, I'm the problem? I'm the problem because I opened up my heart to somebody, gave them a chance, and they shitted on me. But I'm the problem? They're not the problem for doing the shitty actions. I'm the problem because I gave them an opportunity. How? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Aren't we supposed to love people? Like, if I have to reserve my love for you, or if I have to say to myself, like, I can't give this person 100% of my love, I can't give this person 100% of me, because what if they hurt me, or what if, that's not me living in my true authentic self. That's me living in fear. If I have to live in fear in order to be in a relationship with you, I don't want it. If I have to live in fear in order to be in your vicinity, I don't want it, because I know the way that I love is without limitations. That's how I love, because I love. I'm a human. I want to love, and I want you to love me back. If that's how you are, I don't want you around me. Like, that mindset to me is just so corrupt, and it's so like societal conditioning of like, never give somebody your all because they could wake up tomorrow and not want you. Okay, well, if that's the truth, then I'm happy I gave them my all, because they probably fucking needed it. Any love that I've ever given out, I don't regret it, because y'all probably needed that. Like, any love that I've ever given out is yours to keep and remember, or do what you want with, because you probably need it. There's a lot of people out here who don't ever experience genuine, authentic, unconditional love, and then when a woman wants to give it to them, they run away and get scared because they think that they're either not worthy of it, or they've never experienced it and don't know what to do with it and don't know how to reciprocate. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. I know how to love unconditionally. I know how to love with my whole entire heart and soul and body, and love how I've never been hurt, because I understand my assignments, I work on my trauma, and I work on my shit. Just because you don't do that doesn't mean that I'm the problem. It sounds like that's actually like a you problem that you need to go unpack with a professional to help you. It doesn't sound like it's a me problem. I may be sitting here years later and like be thinking about things and be wondering why and questioning why, but that's because like I just don't understand. Like, don't you want better for yourself? Don't you want to like be a good person? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I'm going in circles, and all this probably means nothing to y'all, and I probably look pathetic, but that's okay. Like, I don't care, because I just feel like sometimes having a good heart doesn't get me anywhere. That's not to say that I'll turn cold or I'll be cold-hearted or like whatever. Sorry, my camera shut off, so I'm not sure really where I left off last. It's so annoying. It's so annoying how people will come into your life and they'll make you feel like it's safe and it's secure for you to let your walls down and to open up and all these things just to hurt you. And you know, the worst thing in the whole entire world is when somebody listens to all of the pain and all of the betrayal that you've gone through and comforts you and understands you and listens to you and empathizes with you, but then they do the same thing. They do it to you even worse. It's like, damn, like you heard all my pain and my trauma, but you still did it to me. And then us women are made to feel like we are overly emotional, or we're crazy for having an emotional response to your bullshit. I just think that's one thing I'll never get. Like, I'll never understand. I guess sometimes in life you have to just accept the apology that you're never gonna get. And that's the thing is too, is like sometimes we're so bound to the fact of, well, if they just apologize, I can move on. If they just apologized, I could get closure. But if they wanted to apologize, they would. If they were sorry, they would. Me as a human, if I do something to somebody and I know it hurts them, I'm gonna say sorry. If somebody wants to apologize, if somebody wants to right their wrongs, they will. If they wanted to, they would. And if they don't, it's because they don't want to. I think that's sometimes like a harsh reality we have to hear, is that if somebody loved you and cared about you and truly honored you and put consideration and care into your feelings, and then they would. And if they're not, it's because they don't want to. And that's something that I'm just finally coming to terms with. And you know, I don't know, sometimes I just think that I don't heal and I just keep going because I don't have time to fall apart. I don't have time to fall apart. I don't have time to be sad. I don't have time to be depressed. I don't have time to like sit here and just let it all out. So I keep going. I think that I heal, but then I just keep going. Or I keep putting myself in situations where I have to hear about people that have hurt me or see people that hurt me or things like that, and it's not worth it anymore. It's not worth it anymore for me to feel this way. And it sucks because like when somebody hurts you in that way, like I know that I'm an attractive person. I know I have a good heart. I know all the great things about me. But when somebody hurts you that is supposed to be, I'm not just talking about this person, I'm talking about like multiple people in my life. Like, I'm in pain about a lot of stuff right now. I'm in pain. Like, I think that's just the thing that I need to just admit, is that I'm in pain. Like, I'm hurting. I'm really hurting. Because I feel like I always am a genuine good person and I just keep getting hurt. And this is not recent. I finally have like looked back at my past of people that have been in my life that have used me or hurt me or betrayed me. And I'm finally allowing myself to be like, yo, that shit hurts. And I didn't deserve that. I didn't do anything to deserve that. And you did that to somebody who, like, God brought me into your life to heal you. God brought me into my life to take your pain on as my own and to transmute it, and you still hurt me. Like, you mishandled something that God gave you, that God brought to you for your benefit, and you misused it and mishandled it. I just don't get why. Like, why? Like, what was the reason? Like, it's insane how things could change so quick. How one day somebody can go from telling you that you are the most beautiful, magnificent woman ever, and that they've never had feelings for somebody else the way they have you, and that they can't picture life without you. But it's like, now you have life without me. Like, there was this quote I heard from the Unpack and Bounce Back podcast, and she was talking about a past breakup, and she said, how are you giving somebody the world when you still owe it to me? Like, you promised me the world and you're out here giving it to somebody else when you still owe it to me. And that shit's deep. Like, when I say that quote, my heart just like, I think my heart's just tired. I think the type of tired that I am right now is the type of tired that sleep doesn't fix. I think the type of tired that I am right now is the type of tired that is just a restless tired. Like, your soul just gets tired. You know, when you have like a pure heart, keeps getting shit on constantly or taken for granted or not appreciated, you know, your soul just gets really tired. I was actually talking to my therapist the other day, talking about this one part of me where these boundaries come up to protect me, where I'll care about somebody's emotions before I care about my own. And she asked me, this part of you, why is it so afraid to not be here anymore? Like, if this part were to be completely just gone, what is it afraid of? And I said, I think if this part isn't here, that it's afraid that I'm going to turn cold, and I'm going to be cold-hearted, and I'm going to treat people the way they treated me, and I don't want that to happen. So because of that, I care for other people more than myself, because I don't want to be the opposite of that, which is caring about myself more than anything. And she said to me, I don't think that could ever happen. I don't think you'd ever become a person that's cold-hearted, that's intentionally rude to people, that hurts people intentionally. I don't think that could ever happen. And I realized, like, she's right. Like, it's just not who I am. You know? When people say things like, oh, like, just be cold-hearted, just don't care, just stay quiet, just don't care, just become detached, just act like you don't care, become emotionless, turn it off. It's not who I am. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was saying that, you know, the past relationship she was in, she felt as if they didn't work out because she was just too nice and kind of put up with whatever he did to her and the way he treated her because she just wanted to love him. And she said, I need to be with somebody where I can just love them and I don't need to worry about, like, having to be mean to somebody in order to be with them. Because a lot of people around him would be like, oh, like, you know, men want to be with the girl that's the bitch. Men want to be with the girl that tells them off. But if that's not who you are, it's not who you are. And I said to her, I was like, you should be with somebody who is just as nice and kind as you, because that's who you are. You shouldn't have to change it for anybody. You know? And that's just, it's not who I am. It's not who I am to become a cold, emotionless, like, non-humane person. Like, I care and I love so much because I know that I'm deserving of somebody who cares and loves me just as equally, if not more. Like, I want somebody with a bigger heart than me, because I'm tired of always being the one to have the big heart, you know? And, like, I do see the good in people because I know there is good in everybody. I know that deep down, when somebody is a bad person or they're just a horrible person, you know, they didn't choose that. They were put through a ton of rigorous trauma that ultimately the end product was them being this way. But what I am learning is that I can't fix that. I'm not trained to fix that, and it's not my job to fix that. I am nobody's therapist. I am nobody's psychiatrist. I'm me, I'm Dakota. And I can love you and I can mend your broken heart and I can heal you, but I can't fix you. I can do things that aid you to want to go get the help and want to go address the issue, but I can't fix you, and that's not my job. I can transmute your pain, but I can't fix it. And I don't think I look to fix people either. I feel like people look at me to fix them. People look at me to always do the right thing. People look at me to always be the good person, and it's like, I get tired of that. You know, like, if I make a mistake, it's fucking put on the pedestal, like I'm the Antichrist, but somebody else makes a mistake, and it's like, oh, let's turn the other cheek because he's a man. I already talked about the other day on TikTok how it is, like, it is impossible to be a woman in a man's world. Like, a man will literally gain weight. I know men in, like, my personal life who have gained weight, and, like, their friends will look at them and they'll be like, oh, look at so-and-so, he's getting chunky. He's gaining that happy relationship weight. Good for him. We're proud of him. He'll get back to it soon, no problem. But a woman gains weight and it's like, oh my God, she's gone off the deep end. Oh my God, she's having a psychotic break. Oh my God, she must not care about herself anymore. She let herself go. But if a guy gains weight, it's, oh, look at the dad bod. I like the dad bod. But if a girl gains weight, it's like, oh, she got big. I'm not dealing with her. Like, oh my God, do you see her? She got big. Like, she used to be so cute. She let herself go. let's talk about why she gained weight. Maybe she's going through a depression and the food that she's eating is the only thing that is keeping her alive. Like I still do struggle with an eating disorder when it comes to like binge eating. And I gained a lot of weight because of it. Like I was going through a really rough patch in my life, and food was the only fucking thing keeping me here and alive. Food was my only source of joy. So food was the only thing that was keeping me here and was I mean, obviously my daughter too, but like, you know what I mean? Like the only source of joy that I got was like from eating. So guess what? If that Hershey bar or that Reese's cup was gonna keep me alive, I was gonna eat it. If I gained a couple pounds, so the fuck be. I'd rather be here and be fat than not be here at all. Hello? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand. Disordered eating and addictions, so like alcohol and drugs and things like that, come from people who are enduring a pain that you have no idea about. And you should be lucky that you have no idea about. You should be lucky that you don't understand their trauma and their pain. So instead of sitting here and judging a woman for gaining weight or judging a woman for doing things to make her still want to be on this earth, how about we go into why she's doing it? Maybe she needs a break. When's the last time you asked your friend if they need a break from their kids for a day and pick them up and go take them to lake compounds while the mother sits home and takes a nap or takes a shower in peace? When's the last time? When's the last time some of you even checked in on your friends to see if they're okay? When's the last time you called your friend and been like, hey girl, how are you? I just want to know how you are. What's up? Got anything you want to talk about? When's the last time you grabbed Starbucks and went to your friend's house and said, hey, there's Starbucks on your front porch. I just thought that looks like you're having a rough day. When's the last time you sent your friends $5 on Venmo and been like, go get Starbucks on me for the day. Love you. When's the last time? So many of you want good friends, but don't want to be good friends. And it actually really just breaks my heart because it's like you want, but you don't want to give anything in order to receive. It's just weird to me. Like, it's super weird. It's weird how a man could do whatever he wants with whoever he wants. A man sleeps with a woman and people hype him up, give him high fives, he's the man. A woman sleeps with a man after the first or second date, she's a hoe. She doesn't respect herself. She doesn't know how to close her legs. What about these men? Why does no one talk about how men don't have self-respect? I've never heard anybody say that. In any situation where a man is sleeping with multiple women or he is like just putting himself out there, so many people would be like, oh, well, he has just like so much unresolved, issues. He doesn't know how to be alone. Yeah, that's somebody who doesn't have self-worth. But if a girl doesn't know how to be alone, or a girl is jumping from relationship to relationship, or a girl is putting herself out there, she's a hoe. She doesn't have self-worth. How about these men who don't have self-worth? How about these men who make us not have self-worth because they make us feel like we're fucking crazy for having an emotional response to their bullshit? How about that? Happy I came on here and I talked. I feel so much better and I'm just really like ready to release myself from this emotional baggage that has been weighing me down for years and years and years. And like, you know what? Listen, at the end of the day, this is how I feel. If you have hurt me or you have wronged me or you have taken my kindness for granted or in any type of way, like genuinely and sincerely from the bottom of my heart to the tip of my fucking forehead, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You didn't deserve my time. You didn't deserve my energy, but you probably needed it. So it's yours to, not my energy, but like my love that I did give you, not currently, but in the past, it's yours to do whatever you want with. You probably needed it. You clearly needed it because the way that you treat others is a direct self-reflection on how you feel about yourself. And if you could have fumbled me and treated me that way when I did nothing but give you my time, my heart, my energy, and like generosity and be just genuine with you, for you to misuse that, you must really feel like shit about yourself. You really must not have any self-love or self-respect, right? Just be a decent human. It's not hard, but genuinely, like, fuck you. Fuck you. And I don't care. I don't want no apologies. I don't want no explanations. I don't want anything. Stand on how you last treated me. Stand on how you last treated me and keep that same energy. And don't try to spin the block around when your situation doesn't work out for you and you've realized what you had over here. Don't try to spin the block around when years go by and you realize that you should have treated me better and you want to now apologize and try to come back into my... Fuck you. Fuck you. I mean that with every fiber of my... Fuck you. And I'm now releasing myself from this past. I'm now calling my energy and my power back into me and cutting ties with those who are still using it without my consent. I'm realizing who the fuck I am. It took a long time, but now I'm realizing it and I'm waking up, remembering that I'm that bitch and that I'm the prize and that I am second to nobody, you can't outdo the doer. Like, you just really can't. My confidence back, my power back, my security back. I just don't care. Like, I cut all ties and all past contracts and all soul ties and all karmic debt. Done. I'm now gonna start living for me. Fuck anybody from the past. Fuck anybody who's still using my energy without my consent. I release you. I wish you the best. But I don't wish that it was me. I wish you the best, but I don't wish that we were still in each other's lives. I wish you the best, but I don't wish for us to reconnect. I release you with love and compassion and empathy, but don't come back around here. Anybody now that I have in my life is going to be people in my life, whether it's relationship or friendship or platonic or romantic, like, they're going to know what to do the first time. They're not going to mishandle me. It's not going to take a million chances for them to see my worth. And that's because I now see my worth, and who I am is an energetic reflection and extension of how I feel about myself. And I am the doorman for who could come into my life, right? I'm not going to let anybody in my life anymore who treats me bad. I'm no longer going to be collateral damage in your shit storm of a life. I'm no longer going to be collateral damage in your warehouse of unprocessed, unhealed, and unwillingness to unpack your emotional fucking baggage. I don't care anymore. No. If I put myself into therapy and I'm doing the work, you can too. Nobody like made me go to therapy. Nobody signed me up for therapy. I went and did that shit because I got tired of my own self. I went to war with that person in the mirror and I came out on the other side, and I did that. And sure, maybe some of you had a little piece to do with that, right? Because of what you did to me, but like, I did that. I healed myself. I feel good. See, this is why sometimes I need to like just talk about shit out loud, because like, I feel good now. I'm ready to go conquer the world, remember who I am. Sometimes you going up and remembering who you are is your enemy's worst nightmare. Because when people hurt you, they want to see you fall. They want to see you crumble. They want to see you fold. And for them to expect you to do all the above, and then you come out on the other end glowing and shining and thriving, oof, that is the worst nightmare. So make their worst nightmare come true. Don't worry about revenge. Don't worry about getting even. Don't worry about getting your look back. Worry about just becoming the best version of yourself. Let silence be your superpower, and just show who you are through your actions. Become the best version of yourself. That's going to piss people off. More than what you say, more than what you do, more than your revenge. It's going to piss people off to think that you are going to fold, but come out on the other end and be glowing. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I hope this video helps you, especially if you're a woman. All I have to say is, like, some big sister advice is, please don't let anybody's inability to see your worth make you feel less worthy about yourself. Please do not let the fact that other people misuse you and mishandle you and take your kindness for granted and take your generosity and being genuine for granted. Please don't let that make you or allow you to feel like you're not worth anything, because you are. If you weren't worth anything, they wouldn't have tried to take your energy from you. Anybody here who tries to bring you down or tries to take that energy or your power from you knows that you have power and energy to be taken, okay? The devil only comes after people who he knows have a bright future ahead of them. Trust me, when the devil knows that God has something for you, he's going to try to take that down brick by brick. He doesn't just attack anybody. You've got something. You've got a shine. You've got a spark. You've got something to you that is worthy to be showcased, but also is necessary to be in this world for. Don't let anybody take that away from you, okay? I love you so much. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're feeling, however you're feeling, it's valid. And I love you. And this will pass, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Baby, I wonder, would you just put your sweats on me? I got the plug.